Gabriel, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I need to talk with you about an incident. Forgot her name.
I don't know.
On this doorstep, a firefighter with a public safety career is about to confirm every element of a stalking charge in under 18 minutes. The detective already has the video. He is here for the admission. What follows is a legal clinic in what principal liability actually means under Florida law.
Okay, I didn't know he lived there.
The detective opens with two critical moves. First, he confirms the subject's identity. Second, he immediately establishes he did not arrive without preparation. This is deliberate interview architecture. Inform the suspect early that denial carries risk, without yet revealing the full scope of the evidence.
Okay. You're a firefighter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't just come here for nothing, so be careful about lying to me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I didn't just show up here. Just for full disclosure, I will tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
On the 30th, your truck creeps by. It's all on video. I have video of it, so that's why I'm here. Your truck, a very distinctive truck. You have the dog cages on the back. This particular day, you had a cover over the dog cages for whatever reason. I don't know what that was for. But you are seeing your truck seen passing by their house, going up the street a little bit, waiting until pretty much traffic is cleared. Then the truck turns around, comes back to the house. You're seen throwing tampons, a shit ton of tampons into their yard. While you're throwing tampons into the yard, another car pulls up behind the truck.
Okay.
Pretty much because your truck's blocking traffic. So then your truck scoots up. And this is on camera. It's crystal clear camera.
No, you can tell me all about it.
Right. Your truck scoots up.
Right.
Then I guess that car drives around. Then...
What did that car do?
What car?
The second car.
Nothing. It was just a car and just driving down the road. It was just an unrelated...
Oh, so it's not relevant?
Not relevant.
Okay.
Other than it just came up behind your truck as the tampons are being thrown into the yard.
Okay.
After that, the truck scoots up.
Okay.
You get out of the truck.
Notice what the detective does not do. He does not ask Gabriel if he was there. He tells Gabriel what the camera shows. A distinctive truck with dog crates in the back, covered with a tarp, passing the target address, waiting, then turning around. Under Florida Statute Section 784.048, stalking requires a course of conduct, a pattern of acts over a period of time, however short, evidencing continuity of purpose. Each pass independently satisfies the repetition element. The course of conduct was legally complete before a single tampon left the truck. Florida Statute Section 784.048 requires 4 elements: willful conduct, malicious intent, a repeated course of action, and resulting emotional distress. A prank defense does not nullify any of those 4 elements. Purchasing materials, planning a route to an ex-partner's home, and executing a coordinated throw in 2 separate passes satisfies each requirement independently.
Run back into the yard, throw some more tampons, and then leave. So I'm not asking if you did it. It's on crystal clear camera. So I'd be careful lying to me because I didn't just show up here. Okay. So I guess I have a couple of questions. One is, my main question is, what was the point of that? And my other question is, obviously you weren't alone, so why are you throwing tampons into their yard? And who else was with you, and do they know the circumstances behind this? Those are my main 2 questions.
Okay. I can tell you, obviously I wasn't alone. I was not the one throwing them in the yard.
Gabriel confirms he was driving. He identifies 2 other occupants, his mother and his aunt, visiting from Ohio. He attributes the idea to his aunt and claims ignorance of the plan until they were already en route. This is a legally recognizable strategy. Distribute culpability across multiple parties. Minimize personal involvement. The detective has heard this before. He is about to deploy an analogy that makes the legal reality unmistakably clear.
Obviously, those were the 2 people in the back. It was not me throwing them actively. One of those people are my aunt, who is not in this state. She lives in Ohio. The other person is actually my mother. It was actually my aunt's idea. I don't know why they came up with the idea. They were coming over here for dinner. I invited them over because I've had a rough couple
Your aunt and your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
So my mom actually was making dinner. I had them come over, so that's why they were coming over. They showed up with all the shit. I don't know where the idea came from. I don't know what the rhyme or reason was. That was just something they came up with.
So it was the three of you. I know you obviously you weren't alone because you can't throw tampons and drive the truck
No,
at
I
the
just
same
told you I
time.
wasn't alone.
Okay.
Those were the two other people with me.
Yeah, but you also told me you didn't know they lived there, which is a lie, so.
Gabriel's account now contains a direct contradiction. He initially claimed he did not know they lived there. The detective catches this immediately. Gabriel then walks it back. He knew whose house it was by the time they arrived, but not the address in advance. The detective does not press aggressively. He files the inconsistency and continues building the factual record.
Well, my mom knew that they lived there. I did not know that they lived there.
So whose house did you think you were going to?
Well, once we started doing it, I mean, I knew whose house we were going to, but I did not know up until that point where he lived.
Up until what point?
Up until driving up there, because she had the address. I didn't know where to go.
Okay, so what's the point of driving to your ex's house to throw tampons in the yard? I mean, how old are you?
Again, I don't know the rhyme or reason behind the idea behind it. I'm not sure. I said it was stupid. Figured it was dumb. I don't know. I guess they thought it would just be fucking stupid fun, I guess. I don't really know.
So your mom and your aunt.
I just went with it. Yes. And I can call my mom now and verify that.
Where's your mom live?
In Oviedo.
And your aunt lives out of state?
Yes.
So your aunt was just here visiting and came up with the idea to go throw tampons.
That is 100% the truth. You can believe me or not, but that is 100% the truth.
Gabriel's explanation for going along is peer pressure. He acknowledges it was stupid. He agrees it was dumb. These admissions carry legal weight. Under Florida law, a defendant who acknowledges the act was wrong cannot later argue good faith or innocent intent. Every statement made at this doorstep is admissible. Gabriel has now confirmed the act, the destination, and his own awareness that it was inappropriate.
Regardless of the truth, it's retarded. It's stupid.
I agree, it's stupid. It's what happened though. Which is why I said it was dumb and we shouldn't be doing it. But I just went with it.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess peer pressure. I don't know. I just
peer pressure?
I don't know. I'm trying to give you a reason. I'm trying to level with you. I don't know.
Okay, so when you left this house, you were the one driving. They were in the back of the car?
Yeah, they were in the back.
Or somebody was already in the back of the truck as you're driving over there?
My aunt was in the back.
Okay. What was the point of covering up the dog crates?
I just had a tarp over it because of all the rain. I already had the tarp back there. It was just back there.
Why cover the dog crates?
It was just back there because I was covering them from the rain.
Okay. So...
I've been moving a lot of stuff. I just covered the kennels. I have dogs I transport in there. I was just covering it.
Right. So just to recap, when you left this house, your intentions to go over there and throw... Were they used tampons?
No.
Why were they looked like they might have been used? Just they just put red paint on them or something? Or?
They put red paint on them. I did not.
Okay. So they weren't used because that's absolutely freaking disgusting.
No.
Okay. So they put red paint on the tampons to simulate as if they were used?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there was a shit ton of them?
They bought them.
Okay. So when you left this house, you put your aunt and your mom in the back of the truck. You drove up there, obviously knowing where you're going and what you're going to do. Get there, the tampons are thrown, and what? You just come back home?
Yeah, we just came back home. What I can tell you though is I'm not the mastermind behind this. So with the verbiage of I and I and I, it's not correct. I mean, obviously there was someone else who made up the plan. Yes, I went with it, 100%. I did drive my truck. Yes, I did.
So the story I just regurgitated you is correct?
The story is correct, but I am not the only one a part of it.
How do you think that's relevant?
Well, it's relevant because if you put the blame all on one person when there's multiple...
I'm not. One of my questions was, I would like to know who's with you. That was one of my questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not putting the blame all on you because...
And my mother.
Right.
Examine the Miranda question. There is not one. Under Berkemer versus McCarty, decided in 1984, on-scene investigatory questioning does not constitute custody. Gabriel is standing at his own front door. He is not handcuffed. He is not in a patrol vehicle. He is free to end the conversation and walk back inside. Every word he speaks is voluntary. Every admission is fully admissible at trial as substantive evidence, not merely as impeachment.
So
Which sounds crazy, but
extremely crazy. So if I tell you me and a friend of mine is going to go rob a bank and you come along robbing the bank, is it relevant that you're not alone?
yeah.
Really?
I would think you would want to like include everybody in it.
I do include everybody, but but is it relevant you're present at that bank robbery?
That you're relevant, that you're present.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
mean, you can't rob a bank and then go, well, it wasn't my idea.
I'm not arguing.
It
with
was.
you,
I wasn't
sir.
the mastermind. It
I'm
wasn't
not
my
arguing
idea.
With you, sir.
Well, you kind of are. You're kind of downplaying the fact that you weren't the mastermind and you weren't the only one there.
No, I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm just trying to make sure we're on the same page with what happened. That's all I'm trying to do.
Right. The story I just regurgitated you is correct.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Whether you're the mastermind or not is completely irrelevant. You partook in this nonsense. This is nonsense.
It is nonsense.
Okay. And you are a firefighter.
Yes, sir.
Behavior like this is going to get you thrown in jail. You're going to be on news because you're a firefighter. It's going to cost you your career.
The detective now delivers the most important legal concept of this entire encounter, the bank robbery analogy. If a subject drives the getaway car, that subject is a principal in the bank robbery, regardless of whether they entered the building, touched the money, or planned the job. This is not a rhetorical device. This is a precise statement of Florida criminal law. Under Florida Statute Section 777.011, anyone who commits, aids, abets, counsels, or procures a criminal offense is a principal to that offense. The driver of the stalking vehicle is a principal in the stalking, even if that driver never touches a single tampon. Gabriel's attempt to distance himself from the throwing is legally irrelevant. The mastermind defense does not exist in Florida criminal law.
So your mom lives in Oviedo. Your aunt is at a state. What state? Just Ohio. So so she's just down visiting. Your mom was over visiting.
Yes.
Okay. Come have a seat right here. I need to make a phone call real fast.
Okay. Can I call my mother?
Do you want to call your mom? If you want to, sure.
Correct.
She's just here with me.
That's fine. I didn't know she was in.
Are you wanting me to talk to your mom, or what?
No, I can talk to her unless you want to. But I
didn't know the reason you were calling.
I was just asking if I can.
You can if you want. Sure.
Okay.
I don't mind that.
Am I having any charges pressed against me?
Potentially.
Hunter, are you finding mom?
Sorry.
Hunter, I need you to get mom right now.
What direction you got?
What do you think?
Gabriel continues pressing the mastermind distinction. The detective declines to engage on those terms. His position is clear. Gabriel participated. Gabriel drove. Gabriel confirmed the destination. The lead detective then steps away to consult with his sergeant. He states his personal recommendation clearly on camera. A firefighter with a public safety obligation participated in targeted harassment of an ex-partner's household. The evidence is on video. The subject confirmed it. The law does not require further deliberation.
No, I'm not. Why would I lie about that? Why would you care if I gave them that? Nothing so far. My mom's just asking what.
My mind's made up. I think you should go to jail.
Okay.
The sergeants are discussing what should happen to you, and I'm going to follow the direction. But if it was up to me, you'd already be in the back of that car going to jail.
I'm aware I didn't do anything, but I'm the one right here, so just so you know.
I find it amazing you still think you didn't do anything.
Someone's having a bad day, so.
I'm not having a bad day.
I'm trying to be kind, but I did explain the story. I admitted it. I explained that I did not throw anything. I explained whose idea it was and what happened, and you guys sprayed them and the whole thing. But you're in a different county. If you would like, she'd ask if she could speak to you. Is that okay or no?
Actually, probably not, because the fact that you're still saying here you didn't do anything and I'm having a bad day is ridiculous. You need to grow up.
Well, he doesn't want to speak with you, so I guess I'm just gonna, I'll let you know if I can what happens.
The reason they're discussing it is because we're trying to determine the best course of action here.
I understand.
There's nothing wrong with us taking you to jail.
I understand.
We're trying to determine the best course of action here.
I completely understand that. I completely understand you're just doing your job.
Yeah, trust me, I'm having a great day. I'm not having a bad day.
No quarrels with that. When I say I didn't do anything, I do mean in the aspect of physically throwing said tampons, fake tampons, whatever you want to call them.
Well, I try to give you an analogy to get you to understand something. If me and you go to rob a bank and you're just a getaway driver, you still go to jail for bank robbery. You're part of it. It doesn't matter if you physically did something or not. Well, unfortunately...
The mother offers the joke defense. The tampons were painted, not biologically hazardous. The intent was humor, not intimidation. The detective's response is textbook. Whether the materials were real or simulated is a separate question. Participants purchased tampons, applied red paint to simulate use, loaded them into a truck, drove to a specific residential address, and executed a coordinated throw. That sequence is stalking under Florida law regardless of the intent the participants assign to it afterward. Examine the constitutional posture of this entire encounter. Under Florida versus Jardines, decided in 2013, officers may approach a home's front door without a warrant. The implicit license to knock is shared with all citizens. No warrant was required for this detective to appear at Gabriel's home. No constitutional violation occurred. The entire interview, conducted on Gabriel's own front step, is procedurally clean.
Every admission is admissible. Her statements about driving, knowing the destination, and the planning are substantive evidence at trial, not impeachment.
They agree with me, so you're going to be going to jail tonight. Is that your mom there?
She didn't do it. I did it.
Okay, she was along. All three of you theoretically did it. Again, it's fortunate you're not here or you'd be facing the same charge.
Are you serious?
There's 2 dogs in there, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, if you commit a crime against...
So, wow.
Yeah, you got what you guys do. You're stalking. It's a crime.
The sergeant's determination aligns with the detective's recommendation. Gabriel will be taken into custody. At this moment, the interview transitions from investigatory to custodial, and Miranda rights would now apply to any further questioning. The detective does not ask additional substantive questions. The evidence gathered is sufficient. The admission has been made. The law is clear.
Well, that wasn't the intent. It was supposed to be a joke. But I hear you.
Yeah, you don't... A prank, or it's called stalking.
I actually had no idea. Because that was just not the intent. And it was my sister.
They'll bark at you, but they're not going to do nothing.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What were you saying?
If I stand up and I can help you, I'm not going to...
What were you saying, ma'am? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, that's okay. Apologies. I said it was just, we weren't, I don't think we understood that a joke. That was honestly the intent.
Well, it's not a joke. I mean, you're throwing tampons.
They're not real, right? I mean, do we know that?
How does that matter?
I just want to make sure everybody's aware that it's actually not a virus.
I'm fully aware. That would have been a whole nother charge, but she told me they were painted. But the fact that you guys purchased tampons, painted tampons, loaded them up in the truck, drove all the way over there, threw them in the yard, all of it's on camera, it's called stalking. You can't do that.
Understood. So go ahead.
Following this encounter, Gabriel was charged with stalking under Florida statute, section 784.048, a first-degree misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of 1 year in county jail and a $1,000 fine. Orange County Fire Rescue placed him on paid administrative leave pending a preliminary disciplinary hearing. A first-degree misdemeanor conviction can trigger termination, certification, revocation, and lifetime disqualification from public safety positions in Florida. For first responders, a single charge, not even a conviction, can permanently close a career. From this encounter. First, the driver is the principal. Providing transportation to a criminal act makes the driver a principal under Florida statute section 777.011, regardless of who throws, plans, or organizes. Second, voluntary statements at your own front door are fully admissible. Choosing to answer questions without an attorney present is a choice, and every word becomes evidence. Third, intent does not override conduct. Calling something a prank does not nullify the 4 statutory elements of stalking. Florida courts evaluate what was done, not what it was meant to be. The lead detective earns an A. Evidence first confrontation, constitutionally clean knock and talk, and a legally accurate bank robbery analogy that educated without coercing. Gabriel earns a D. He confirmed every element of the offense voluntarily, pursued a defense that does not exist in criminal law, and placed a 14-year public safety career at risk over a bag of painted tampons. Share your read on the grades in the comments, and subscribe for more legal breakdowns where the law speaks louder than the moment.